Hello and welcome here on La Token Venture Capital TV. My name is Xavier Borja, manager of VCTV, and like every session, we bring you innovation, technology, and solutions. During all our sessions, you get it to hear directly from the CEO, the founders of the project. Today, I'm very glad to introduce you to Starworks Global, represented by Troy Bradbury. Welcome, Troy. How are you?
Yeah, good, Xavier. How are you? Thanks so much for the opportunity of being able to be on the platform today.
Oh, fantastic! No, it's a great pleasure. We have a lot of questions prepared, and I think it will be a very interesting session to hear about your project. And before we move on to the interview, as a reminder to our viewers, please visit us at latoken.com/vctv/shows for different previous projects we had. You can follow us on our socials like Facebook and Twitter. If you watch us on YouTube, please hit subscribe because you get always get informed about great content, opportunities, and even giveaways. As an important thing, I would like to remind our viewers that anything mentioned here is not any type of financial advice. Do your research before making any decision. The choice is yours. And also to our viewers, please remember this is an interactive show. So if you do have any questions, feel free to drop it to us. Me and my moderator will be receiving it, and we're going to ask those questions. We're going to share it with the rest of our viewers. So, Troy, let's move on. Once again, thank you for being here. And we have a round of very interesting questions for you.
Fantastic.
First of all, Starworks. Where does the name Starworks come from?
Well, we actually have a tagline which is aiming for the stars and beyond. So I think that really represents our whole business model and our vision for where our company's going to go. We don't set any limitations. So a number of our products and services all start with the star moniker. So yeah, so that's sort of the interpretation of the name. We, as you say, we don't set any boundaries for what we can actually do as a business.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm also on that topic. At the beginning, there must have been a problem that you foresaw and then motivated you and your co-founders to start Starworks. What was that problem?
Yeah, well, look, we've been involved in the hospitality and tourism industry for a little over 20 years. Our head office is based
Yeah.
in the beautiful international tourist mecca of Bali, Indonesia.
Wow.
And our founder, Graham Bristow, about 4 or 5 years ago, he obviously been involved in the industry for so long, thought there was an opportunity to infuse blockchain technology into the industry as a whole to basically streamline things and offer better value for both customers and also merchants and everyone that's basically involved in the industry as a whole. So that's basically where I suppose the thought process initially started. And then over the past 3 or 4 years, we've been working to commercialize different products and services within our ecosystem, which sort of brings us to today with our IEO for our StarX token, which is linked to it's basically the native currency of our ecosystem, products and services. So that's sort of
Okay.
the background story.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit more about the business model of Starworks?
Yeah, so as I said before, our head office is based in Bali in Indonesia. We have a little over 100 staff. So, and that's sort of broken between our management and operations. So in our management and ops team, we've got a range of different blockchain developers, software engineers, marketing, sales, finance, and so forth. But we also have luxury villas and spa, massage, nightclubs and restaurants in Bali as well. So we also have staff that basically manage those as well. So, but from a business model perspective, we've got basically developed a globally scalable B2B and B2C business model. So within our ecosystem, there's a number of different products, and we have a scope to sort of grow that out. So one of our products in particular is our loyalty and reward points program, which allows us to grow out our customer base, but also our network of merchants as well. So, and some of the partners we currently have on board are allowing us the opportunity to really maximize, I suppose, the reach that we have with some of these products and services when we eventually launch some of those products in 2022. So, bit of a snapshot. So, as I say, there are a lot of different products and services that we have, but it's all within the realm of tourism and hospitality.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And well, and what is once you started this that you mentioned some years ago, uh,
Mm.
how did you see how has it developed? Did your business model change throughout time? So at the beginning you entered with one business model, and then did you had to a little bit modify it later on to accommodate to
Yeah,
the
yeah. Well, I think with any business, you've got to be adaptive and be able
Mhm.
to organically change and grow as different situations arrive. Like, I suppose at the moment everyone's feeling the repercussions of COVID-19, right? So
Yeah.
it's really decimated the global economy, and the tourism industry has been really hard hit by that. So so we have to adapt to that as well. And it's interesting that at the moment, although there's a lot of challenges with COVID-19, there also presents a lot of opportunities for us, because in the time that COVID-19 has sort of decimated our industry, there's been a lot of changes. We've got a fantastic opportunity now to position ourselves and our products and services and take that to market to take advantage of when tourism does return both domestically and internationally. So that's a really good opportunity for us in that regard. So
Do you see it getting a little bit like back to normal?
I think there's going to be a new normal in society, right? Because I was reading an article the other day by the World Tourism and Travel Council, which is for anyone involved in the tourism and hospitality industry. It's a really good article to read because it profiles the industry of how it's sort of transitioned over the last sort of year or two, and what different countries around the world are trying to do to try and stimulate that again. A $9 trillion industry, which has almost been halved and decimated. 50 million odd jobs have been lost. So on that front, it certainly impacted our industry tremendously. So, and as I say, we've got a really good opportunity now to sort of position ourselves, because in that time frame, not only are there going to be a lot of incumbent sort of players in the industry that are no longer going to be around, there's also consumer purchasing patterns have changed. Consumers are now going a lot more digitally focused, a lot more savvy in their purchasing patterns, and that's sort of where we're sort of positioning ourselves as well to basically take advantage of that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you for that insight. Yeah, it's a very actual thing happening now. For our viewers today, please also let us know your comments. Drop us the comments in the chat. We want to hear from you. And also, please remember, you can learn more about Starworks by visiting their website, which is starworksglobal.com. Troy, let's move ahead with another round of questions. Now, how does the StarX token get involved in the whole project and ecosystem?
Right. Well, our ecosystem involves a number of different products and services.
Mm-hmm.
And our StarX token, as I said before, it's a native currency of our ecosystem. So that links into the different products and services and allows an entry point in terms of being able to purchase other tokens inside our ecosystem that are linked to other products and services. And to explain that a little bit better, so we have one of our major products is our Star Traveller Club, which is a crypto lifestyle travel club. Right, so that allows customers to be able to enjoy a whole range of benefit when it comes to traveling. So they can go into our portal, they can book a flight, they can choose from a million plus accommodations all over the world. We have 110% money back guarantee that we're cheaper than any other publicly listed
Mm-hmm.
online travel agency. Can book a whole range of different activities. You can go to Disneyland or go to all these different events and whatnot. Earn reward points as well. But with the token, we have a token called StarXT, which is actually linked to that travel club. So that represents ownership in our travel club. So StarX token allows you to actually purchase the travel club, convert that into the StarXT, and the StarXT token by itself also offers benefits to our customers as well, because it earns a 10% annual interest of a token's hold in the wallet. So, and then we also have a loyalty and reward points program, which is called Star Points, and that's linked to our Star XP token. So once again, StarX allows customers to purchase the Star XP token as well. And then conversely, those two tokens can also be converted back to the StarX and traded for other crypto or converted into fiat currency. So it's a little bit, it can sometimes be a little bit sort of complex to explain this process without showing a structured diagram, but that's in essence how a StarX token works, and the functionality is it's basically underpins our whole ecosystem, in a sense.
Okay. So does this mean that you have two different tokens, right?
Yeah, so the other tokens within our ecosystem are secured tokens. So, and they've got different functionality. So our StarX token is basically, for better terminology, a crowdfunding device.
Okay.
But the value that the StarX token has is that, it's not a token for the sake of having another token in the market. It's actually backed by tangible products and services that we're commercializing and taking out to market. So it basically builds on the inherent value that we're building into our ecosystem as we build that up, and globally look at deploying that out into sort of regions all over the world.
Okay. And just for our viewers to have it clear, like for example, they will like to purchase, I don't know, reserve a hotel or purchase a ticket. They do that with can they do that with the actual token, or they will have to use a regular fiat for that?
Well, the way that the travel club is set up, so people can purchase our StarX token, and that can be converted into the token that represents the value of the Star Traveller Club.
Okay.
Once inside of that, they can use fiat currency to purchase all their, flights, accommodation, whatnot. They can earn reward points on that as well, and then the reward points can then also be redeemed on purchases as well inside the travel club.
Also, you still have the reward program.
Yeah. So all our products and services are all interlinked. But generally from a customer perspective, we have from a marketing channel, customers will generally enter our ecosystem with one product, and they might just be looking at the Star Traveller Club. But once inside our ecosystems, we can then introduce them and obviously cross-sell them other products and services. And obviously, once they're inside our ecosystem, it will make more sense in terms of how it all functions. So I'm sort of providing a bit of the background information how this works, but from a customer perspective, it'll be a really seamless process and how it all sort of makes sense and stuff. So.
Yeah, because that would have been one of my questions prepared. That usually when talking about our travel tourism, one has the idea that there's a freaking flyer program, that the airlines give the mileage. Hotels have the card, be part of the club. So I was wondering, like, if you were benchmarking this also to have something like that within Starworks.
Yeah, well, look, the other major product that we do have is our loyalty and rewards program, which we refer to as Star Points, and that takes advantage of blockchain. So there's so many benefits to that system compared to the traditional sort of card system with loyalty programs in terms of security and full transparency and convenience and being able to redeem within a whole range of different sort of merchants for products and services, rather than sometimes being locked into only what an airline can offer, for argument's sake. So as I say, our ecosystem is quite sort of integrated with all the products and services that actually offers for our customers, and also our network of merchants are going to be linked into that as well. So this is where the scalability side of things kicks into play too. So if you can imagine that we have these different products within our ecosystem, we're driving customers to actually uptake of those products and services. At the same time, with our loyalty reward points program, we have a network of merchants that we're growing out exponentially, and that keeps growing. And then we, for argument's sake, we most likely launch some of these programs in Indonesia, and then look at other regions to actually take that out to different countries and so forth. And at the moment, with our Star Traveller Club, we're targeting the Australian market at the end of next month. So, because up until recent times, domestic tourism has been quite strong there. So there's still advantages in even using that particular product in the domestic sense. But Australian market is fairly soon going to be opening up to international travel. So,
they will.
Sort of marketing. Yeah, definitely. And one of the things we do in that regard too is we're, doing some special campaigns, because, Australia is the fourth largest tourism sort of market for Bali. so million Australians visit Bali each year. It's quite a big sort of place of interest for Australians. So we're doing a special Back to Bali promotion as well to be able to drive tourists back to Bali and be able to offer them incentives and having, basically savings and booking all their accommodations and everything. And it helps the local Bali community as well by, getting customers back there as soon as we can. So
I agree with that.
So that's where we can be adaptive to different regions and different countries, in terms of what our overall offering is.
Again, that part of expansion is interesting. We're going to touch that topic a little bit later. But now, okay, we already spoke about StarX token, how it's involved in the whole project and ecosystem. But now let's talk about the benefits for investors. What can the investors expect when they're going to invest in StarX token?
Well, we've ultimately, at the end of the day, investors want to maximize their return on investment, right? That's the whole idea. So our business model is built upon longevity. We've got a long-term vision of where our business is going to go with the products and services. So ultimately, the inherent value of our ecosystem should impact on the value of our StarX token. So as our business grows and there's more uptake from customers want to get involved and be part of our community, the whole thought process is to increase the value of the token exponentially as well. But in saying that too, we do have the other token inside our ecosystem, which also offers a 10% interest as well. So there's a couple of ways that investors can actually generate an income, I suppose, or an income in one regard, but also maximize the return on investment in another. As as our network grows and our business grows as well.
Okay, because that would have been my next question: how to get a certain income with StarX. So you're saying that it will be you have a 10%, which will be
so
like...
there's two income streams from our Star Traveller Club, right? So the first one is there's a 10% annual interest on the tokens held in that customer's wallet. And we're also doing income sharing dividend from the percentage of the Star Traveller revenue on all our tokens paid quarterly. So there's two revenue streams built into that one token. And the way that our customers and investors can access that token is purchasing our StarX token to begin with, and then basically using that to be able to enter our ecosystem and buy our StarXT token, and also become a member of our Star Traveller Club as well. And that's what got all its benefits and perks as well. So.
Okay, so from let's say from an outsider point of view right now, so that also our viewers can understand. Okay, StarX, that's fine, because then you acquire that, you can have a 10% annual income, which is kind of like staking. But StarXT,
so StarXT is a token that generates a 10% annual interest. StarX is a utility token. It's listed on LA Token Exchange. The price on that's going to be variable, obviously, but it's the other tokens within our ecosystem that allows another value proposition for investors to be able to basically, purchase some of those as well, and obviously some of the products in there too.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you for making that part clear.
It's a little bit of a dynamic structure. There's a few moving parts there. But they do all work together.
Okay, great, fantastic. Where do you see StarX going to be in the next 3 years? What's your forecast?
Well, we want to position. Well, obviously, we want to commercialize all the products and services that we have. So there's a couple of different products there. Some are operational, some are currently still in development. The start of next year is when we actually start introducing some of these products and commercializing them, including our Star Points program I just mentioned before. So, we want to position ourselves as leaders in our market category. Continue developing technology-based products and services. It's important too, right? Because we also want to make sure that we maximize the opportunities for our investors as well. They're the people who are investing in our company. We want to make sure that, the returns that they get can be optimized as much as possible. And that's ultimately based upon how we perform in the market. So, we've got a very sort of well thought out strategy. We've got a really strong vision for where we want our company to go. So, in a nutshell, we're in the early stages at the moment. We've already spent 3 to 4 years in developing this. We've had to deal with COVID and the challenges that sort of
Yeah.
poses to us, and when that's, I suppose it's a testament to the resilience we have as a business in
Mm-hmm.
that, we're involved in tourism and hospitality and we still have 100 staff. We still have our operations running in Bali, which has been pretty heavily hit, right, with the lack of tourism there. And we're still moving forward. So yeah, our plan to keep growing and developing our business, put innovation into the market, streamline as much as possible, offer added value to our customers, to our merchants, to our investors where we can. So it's actually quite an exciting sort of project to be involved in, and it's just got a lot of scope.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that you plan expansion to the Australian market, right?
Yeah, so we've with one of our products, as I said, with our travel club product. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
be launching that towards the end of next month. We actually got someone in the ground in Australia, so it makes it a lot easier. And fairly soon after that, we'll be launching that particular product into the Indonesian market as well. We've got someone in the UK and someone in the US as well. And so once we develop our Star Traveller program, say in the Australian market, then gives us the opportunity of introducing our loyalty and reward points program as well. So that's where we can, excuse me, start scaling things up.
Okay, perfect. I
So
understand.
yeah,
Okay, to our viewers, you can see that this is a great opportunity to get involved on. Take the first step, go to latalkin.com. If you don't have an account on our platform yet, simply follow the steps, go to the website, sign up. You will need one piece of personal information, so be prepared for that. And once that is done, you're ready to join. Um, Troy, it's really simply exciting, really, really a nice, ambitious project. It was very good to hear that after everything that happened with COVID, the team's still there, they're moving ahead, taking action, new projects for the future. I'm sure a lot of people taking action right now, visiting your webpage. And we still have a few different final questions. One
yeah,
crucial
definitely.
aspect for investors is always the project differentiation. There can be other projects out there that might be in the same project area, but what's a differentiator so that what would you say is a differentiator so that investors can move forward and invest with Starworks?
Are you talking about how we're different to the competition, or is that
Yes.
what the?
How are we
Yeah,
different? How are
okay,
you different from competition?
got it. Well, look, it's a big marketplace. It's a $9 trillion industry, tourism, hospitality. So there's obviously a lot of players out there, and there are players out there that are taking advantage of blockchain technology and crypto. There's booking platforms that are using crypto. There's airlines that are using crypto. Um, but generally speaking, it's a little bit of a fragmented approach in that the difference between what our offering is that everything's integrated within our ecosystem. Every
Hmm.
product is taking advantage of blockchain, crypto, and technology. So our customers have the flexibility of being able to use crypto for our Star Travel Club. They can also use it in our loyalty and rewards points program as well. There's another product we're taking to market, which is basically co-share working places and crypto lounges. So once again, they can then use those facilities as well. So we've got a very much an inclusive ecosystem. Whereas, as I say, with an airline that might be taking, um, you know, accepting crypto for flights, that's all they do. And they might have a loyalty program, which is probably based upon an older traditional model, which might have limitations in what they can actually redeem their points for. And most loyalty programs, the points expire maybe after 3 or 5 years, or our program, that's a lifetime rewards program. So customers don't lose out and don't lose faith in that merchant going, oh, I haven't got any points left for that particular merchant. So now, they get disheartened and whatnot. So that's, our primary difference between that and some of the competitors is, how our ecosystem is structured. And, probably a big one too is our team. We've got an amazing team of people that have, from a culture perspective, everyone, believes in the vision of where we're taking our industry. And that's, to me, it's always an important thing, right? Because that's actually what can drive the success of a company, having the right people on board to
Hmm.
steer the ship and to make sure that, you adapt to challenges as they come on board and you keep moving forward. So, yeah, so that's, in a nutshell, it's basically how we do our business and, the different the difference in what we're offering in our model compared to some of the other players in the market at the moment.
Okay, perfect. And in this sense, what, sorry, why would you consider StarX to be the best token in the TTH sector?
Well, it's probably largely to what I just mentioned in the last question. You know, our token links into all our products and services in our
The
ecosystem,
ecosystem.
and look, I don't know too many other companies out there or people who've got ecosystems that offer such diversity of what our one does. Look, there's a lot of people involved in the industry that might just be taking one product to market. It might just be a travel side, or I was looking at one the other day that it was a travel company that was looking at using NFTs for vouchers for accommodation bookings or whatnot. And it's just one product offering where, once we build our model out, there's going to be so much flexibility for customers, right? For investors as well, to take advantage of what we're actually doing in the marketplace. So, so it's really just the essence of everything that we're doing, which really, makes value for people to invest in our StarX token. And, ultimately, the ground root days at the moment. So here's the opportunity to maximise on that return on investment, and obviously get in early to maximise them, where we will be in 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5 years or more. So.
Okay, I understand. So far, we talked about the ecosystem, the token, how it works, the benefits and differentiators. But what can you mention about how could StarX token help the industry itself?
Well, I suppose in a way that's sort of linked to the different products and services that we have. So, and let's use Bali as an example. Devastated by COVID, tourism has dropped. A lot of businesses have gone under. There's a big market there with Australia. So what we're doing is launching our product in the Australian market to allow for cheaper, pricing for people to be able to travel again, to be able to book their accommodation, everything on one platform, and visit Bali to help stimulate the economy after it's been decimated. Our Star Points loyalty reward point program is going to allow merchants the opportunity to be able to have customers proactively visiting their particular stores to be able to purchase goods and whatnot, because it's all part of our ecosystem. So, this is where, obviously on a larger scale, governments all over the world are trying to help stimulate tourism again. They're giving tax concessions, and there's all protocols being developed now with COVID passports and such safety and health measures and all that sort of stuff. So if we can make it an easier transition for customers to be able to travel again, it's going to help people to be able to travel around. It's also going to help all the merchants within our network as well. There's even things like we're developing an affiliate program as well, a global affiliate program that's going to help to market our product and services. So once again, that's also helping the industry as a whole in that regard as well. So, there's a lot of scope and a lot of opportunity with what we're doing.
Okay. And this affiliate program is going to go live soon, or?
Yeah, well, we're going to be testing that with or trialing that, I should say, with the Star Traveller Club in Australia. So we're sort of in the process of finalising the development of that at the moment. And the way that'll work is it might be the affiliate might introduce a customer to one product within our network, or they might introduce them to multiple products, and that's where the scalability kicks in as well. So we we have all these different entry points into our ecosystem, whether they're driven there by our own marketing initiatives with social media, or our own in-house marketing design team, or with some of the business partnerships that we're forming, and be able to do cross-promotional activities. But it does form a large part of what we're doing, the whole affiliate marketing program side of things.
Okay, and I guess a lot of it also depends on the community, right? The community you have. Can you tell us a little bit about the community? Who are the people that are most interested in this project? Can you identify them, like, and put them in some kind of group?
Well, look, we're sort of in the early days at the moment, because we've only really just started the IEO. it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, tourism, hospitality. There's people that are involved in that, and there's also people that are investors in that realm as well. And other investors just see the potential opportunity. Like, we've already had a little over $1 million of seed investment coming with some partners who see the real value proposition and what we're offering.
Mm-hmm.
So and that in itself allows us a really large platform to actually roll out some of our products and services, because there's a mutual sort of benefit there that we're seeing in what we're doing and also what they can offer to us as well. So but look, community is really, really, really important to us. To a large degree, the basis of our business, right? So but as I say, we are still in the early days, and it's the reason we're doing this VCTV at the moment, and the social media that we're doing too. So
Yeah, definitely. That will give you more exposure internationally. I
yep.
think the community will grow organically, which is one of the most important things.
Yeah, no,
Do you
exactly right.
do you have a strategy for building, like from your side, a strategy for building more the community?
Yeah, look, our team in our head office in Bali, we have some really talented SEO and social media and marketing people. So we've already started developing all our social media platforms and just posting content about who we are and what we're doing. We're going to bring on board some brand ambassadors as well to help grow that out. So we're taking advantage of all the different sort of ways we can to sort of market ourselves and obviously build up that community. And when a lot of the products will actually be deployed into the marketplace, obviously we're going to be able to grow exponentially out on that as well. So.
Oh, great, fantastic, and definitely, as you mentioned before, there will be an IEO. So to our viewers out there, please keep your eyes open. Do visit starworksglobal.com as well as latoken.com. The news will be featured there. I think it's going to be a great event. The community will grow proportionally, and all in all, this sounds like such a interesting and great project.
Yeah, look, it's quite, as I said before, it's quite dynamic. There's quite a few little moving parts, but there's also sort of strategy to how we're actually doing things as well. As I say, we've been working on this for 3 or 4 years now, so it's actually quite exciting now to be able to start taking some of these products out into the marketplace. And next year as well, when we finish off some of the other products and we commercialize those and take them out too. So yeah, it's quite an exciting time at the moment, and ultimately with hopefully COVID sort of not impacting globally as much in people's lives and hospitality and tourism. I think we're all looking forward to that day, right? When because at the moment we're still in lockdown in New Zealand, so up until a week and a half
you're
ago.
still in lockdown.
Yeah. So we've got one of the most stringent lockdowns in the world. So I sort of know firsthand what it's like, and I'm chomping at the bit myself to jump on a plane and go on a nice sort of holiday somewhere. So I'm sure everyone else is as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. For my side, I've interviewed quite a number of projects, and what I can, as my opinion, what I can say is that first you have approximately 100-member team strong in your company. You're giving an actual solution. There's a tangible product or service in the background. You have passed, or you have, we could call it, survived this one last year of where COVID destroyed a lot of businesses. You're still there. You grew strong. You still maintained all your team, and you're looking long term. So I think that is fantastic. That not only you survived that period, but you're still growing strong, and you're ready for your first IEO. So I think that
well,
already
actually,
shows yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say, look, even in the last month, we've actually employed more people to help with our sort of software programming, blockchain side of things. So, yeah, and as I say, look, and I said this before, but I think one of the importance of any company or any business is actually the people that you have. It's a driving force to either make it or break it. So, and we're really, really lucky to have such a talented team of people on board that, as I say, can share the journey where we're headed. So.
I think so. Then that just builds up the confidence with the community. when they can see that there's actually a team behind. They know how
Mm.
things work. They have several years of experience in the field. So that I think the community is going to be very happy with it. There'll be a lot of interest in the token. To our viewers, please remember to visit starworksglobal.com as well as latoken.com to take action and be part of this wonderful project. Um, eh, as Troy has one last thing, what will be your final recommendation for our viewers today?
Look, just take the opportunity of visiting our website, check out some of our social media platforms, get an understanding of who we are and what we're doing. We're real people with a real products and services that we're taking to market. As I said, and you summarised it quite well before. We've got 20 years industry experience, and we've got some amazing opportunities. So I think for people that are watching this, take the time to review what we have to offer, and it's a great opportunity to get in now, get in early, and as we say, join us in our journey to help revolutionise the global travel and tourism hospitality industry. So
Fantastic. Well, that's a great way to end the week with real fantastic insights. A great project here on VCTV. Thank you, Troy, for being here with us today, for spending time. We know it's late where you are, and today for the rest of our viewers, please stay safe. Have a great weekend, and see you next time.
fantastic, appreciate it. Thanks, Xavier.
Thank you, Troy. Goodbye.